Just under 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell, and Larry Bird lost it out of bounds.
Now they double-teamed Tandy, and they left Rick Roby, but they don't.
As far as who they play, that remains to be seen. There's the rebounding story with under 3 minutes to play in the half. Celtics by 2. Keep in mind, these teams have played 42 times the last 4 years, including postseason, and Philadelphia has a 22-20 edge.
And they have Larry Bird guarding Andrew Toney, but they switched because of the pick.
Maxwell is on Toney. Look at the move Toney put on Maxwell. That is terrific.
Well, he's a little quick.
And he's strong. I mean, he's not only quick, but he's strong. So we have another tie, our 8th deadlock of the ball game. Bird shot no good. The rebound by Julius Erving. Looking down court. The vision on the open court is magnificent. As you see Julius looking at the peripheral vision coming up court. Shuffles it. Reggie Johnson. Line drive doesn't make it. Bird rebounds it to Tiny. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. This game has been tied at every 2-point interval since it was 40-40.
Now, Maxwell is trying to post up or take Toney inside.
First world championship. The best record in the NBA. He knows his team will have the home court edge in all of their playoff series. And a lot of people may be saying, hey, they should win it with Malone, Irving, and Toney. And I think that puts a lot of pressure on Billy C.
There's one thing to always remember, though. No matter how many guys you got, there's only one ball. And how they share the ball is what makes the difference.
McHale has hit 7 of 8 from the line. He has 15 points. Irving 16 leads Philadelphia. It is a 54-52 game, and we can have another tie right here, and we do. Irving has 18 points, and the doctor. But keep in mind, the Sixers played, according to Cunningham, the worst game that they had all year when they lost to Washington this week and scored only 76 points.
To Julius.
All right. Bird out of the play. Meanwhile, Toney fouled at the other end. And Larry Bird hits the free throw. Amongst the things that Bird leads the Celtics in are free throws made in attempt, scoring, defensive rebounds, and total rebounds, assists, and steals. He missed that one. And it's 55-54. Celtics lead, 1:25 to go in the first half. Andrew Toney. He has not had the outside shot so far today. He gets it, watch out. Tiny Archibald in the clock.
But he's going to do what most, Toney's going to do what most scorers do. He'll shoot his way out of the slump.
Blocking foul against the 76.
Eastern Conference is a far more physical conference than the Western Conference. And these guys, if they weren't in such great shape and such great athletes, that'd be a couple guys hurting a little bit right now. Because they're going at each other very physically.
Kevin McHale, who started the last 3 games before Bird came back in the lineup, now has 17 points, 16 of them here in the second period. About a minute to go now, exactly a minute, 57-54, the Celtics lead. They had an 8-point lead at one point. Philadelphia scored the first 5 of the game. It has been nip and tuck since then. Andrew Toney has 6 points. 1-point game right now.
And he's given Maxwell a pretty good going over.
Maxwell over Toney. Tit for tat. At the other end, it was Andrew Toney's quickness, and right here was Maxwell's height and strength, and Maxwell has 16 in the ball game. That's the game clock you're looking at. 16 seconds on the 24-second shot clock. It is a 59-56 Celtic game right now. Franklin Edwards loops it and misses. Curran knocks it out of bounds.
They were so busy pushing each other, they couldn't get to the ball.
Celtics looking to even the season series with a win. Every club has won. Each club has won on its home court this year. 13 seconds to go. The Celtics will have a halftime lead. Question is by how much? Bird will want to make it 6. He doesn't. Archibald, he doesn't. Maxwell tries to tip as the half ends. And I think the fans, despite the fact that Philadelphia has a 10-game lead over Boston, have been treated to a terrific brand of basketball, Bill.
Both teams shoot under 50%.
Julius Erving with 18 and Kevin McHale with 17, the leading scorers in the game. Underway, third period, Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. Philadelphia in the dark uniforms, they're red. Maurice Cheeks, Gerald Henderson, Clement Johnson, who had a good first quarter in the ball game. Julius Erving passes nicely to McNamara. And the foul is against Boston.
I'll tell you about Robert Parrish's
Irving.
ability to run. You don't have to be fast to be a good runner in this league. It's a matter of knowing how to run.
Andrew Toney gets the ball back and drives in. Oh! McNamara going in his foul.
Anticipation, and you start yourself in motion, you give yourself a couple steps, and then you can run with a guy that's much faster than you are. And then it's only essential to run at certain times to get, because the key to the game is timing. So you want to get to a certain spot at a certain time, so you vary your speed. And by varying your speed, you can keep up with a guy that's much quicker than you, or much faster than you in terms of raw speed.
Harris setting a pick for Ainge. Ainge now using it, and McNamara on the quick switch. Wide open Bird, is going for 3. Clement Johnson gets it out to Julius Irving. 59-57, the Celtics lead. McNamara puts a fake on Parrish, misses, and here's Bird. Robert Parrish, he's got that outside touch. Robert Parrish, 3 for 9 in the first half shooting with 6 points. Now has 8 in the ball game. Maxwell 16 points in the game. Clement Johnson, and Parrish clears it. Celtics leading by 4. Biggest lead was 8. Ainge over Toney. Danny Ainge. Ainge and Henderson, who by the way is starting in his 8th game against Philadelphia, will be, according to Bill Fitch, the starting guard tandem in the playoffs because of their quickness and their defensive ability. We have not seen Quinn Buckner in this game as of yet. Who is the guard? Fouls on Ainge is second. There is Buckner with ML Carr.
You know, Ainge is kind of a physical player. And in this game, you hit guys and you knock them down and all that. And he's not a dirty player, but he's a physical player. And so he knocked a couple of guys down in a few games, and he went to pick them up. And Fitch says to him, don't pick the other guy. You're knocking us around, you're knocking around. You don't try to hurt anybody, don't play dirty, but don't pick anybody up. So to watch him sometimes, he'll hit a guy a pretty good shot, and he walks off like he hadn't even touched him.
Did you ever pick up players?
No, that would have been a waste of time.
Hanging in the balance, and of course those are the years that Larry Bird joined the team. Maxwell goes up and draws the foul. One of the things that Cedric Maxwell, give me a clue.
Well, surprise, he made the first one.
Oh, I get it. I get it. In other words, the old kiss of death is not in progress. Nope. Spoke too soon.
There you go.
64-58, and the New York Knicks leading Chicago early in the first period at Chicago Stadium. Knicks, if they win, will go against the New Jersey Nets in the mini-series starting Wednesday at the Meadowlands. And that would mean that Atlanta would come to Boston Tuesday to face the Celtics. That was Maurice Cheeks, and that's the first basket this period from the field for Philadelphia. 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third period. 64-60, Boston in front. Good defense by Mark Ivaroni in the game for the first time. Blocked by Irving. Maxwell still has it. Doesn't have much control. And Bird ends up on the deck, and we have a loose ball foul this year for Philadelphia. He has been a guy who has started, played a little bit, has not scored, rebounded somewhat, and then is given away to the bench. There is Andrew Toney with his baseline jumper.
Danny Ainge played good defense on that play.
Big assignment for Boston, and anyone that plays Philadelphia will be stopping Andrew Toney in the playoffs. Henderson's second chance is good, and Danny Ainge gets the first crack at Andrew Toney. If that doesn't work, there's Quinn Buckner, and then maybe Charles Bradley will come in. They're going to use as many people as they can to try to cut down Toney's effect.
That's rather dubious honor. Get first shot at him, huh? Thanks a lot, Coach.
Cheeks has his shot blocked by Bird. Comes down to Philadelphia. Toney with a good pass. And they call traveling. Traveling against Clement Johnson. But before that violation, Andrew Toney with a pass that he has not made before this year. Who wants him? And everyone walks out of the room. Is that what happens? Maxwell on the follow-up. Blocked inside by Irving, I believe. Julius with Ainge. Behind to Tony, who comes in for the 2, and Philadelphia likes this style of game back. Andrew Toney now has 11 points. Second leading scorer behind Irving's 18 for the Sixers. McHale and Maxwell each with 17 for Boston. There's Max with the ball. Ivaroni, number 8 on him. Lemon Johnson against Parrish. Parrish gave Johnson a bang and then turned around and scores. The back to Italy, where he's played parts of the last 3 seasons.
Oh, he wanted to check the matting on the standards there to make sure that it's holding the basket up good and everything.
All right.
You check it out. You're a rookie.
Ivaroni on the line, originally a 3rd-round draft choice by the Knicks in 1979. Finally made it after tryouts with 3 NBA teams. We said started all but 5 games this year. By the way, that personal foul on Maxwell with his 3rd, not his 4th, so he can breathe easy a bit more. And it's a 2-point game. Boston in front, and they have the ball. Cheeks on Henderson. Lemon Johnson and Parrish banging at high post. Parrish loses it. No, it's off Ivaroni. No foul. Henderson scores. Henderson scored.
And he got run over after he got through shooting.
That's right, but he's going to come back for more. Julius Irving on the run. Parrish misses. Brown picks up. The pace picks up. 4-point Celtic lead. Maxwell. Lemon Johnson was the only man back.
Julius and Gerald Henderson smiled at each other because Julius kind of ran him down after he took that last shot.
There was no foul before, but there is no foul here either. Ball was kicked, so the Celtics take it out of bounds on the side. Maxwell directing traffic. Out gives it to Bird. Irving on Bird. Parrish, what a feed from Bird to Parrish. Goes up, and it's still Boston ball. Celtics can't get the bucket.
We've got to teach guys how to guard against a pick and roll now. There's a breakdown here. Julius is a little late getting there, but what he did there was take a coach's theory and saved it. So it's always good to have a great athlete when you work a theory like that.
How about Julius with the fence there, blocking the shot, finally coming down to Philadelphia. Ivaroni and Julius bangs it in. Bank shot over Larry Bird. So we saw vintage Irving at both ends of the floor, and it's 70-68 Celtics.
And that was really in Larry Bird's face. In fact, he might have hit him in it.
2 superstars defending each other right here. And Ivaroni outplaying Maxwell tough. Cheeks is on Ainge. Irving has 3 blocked shots in this period alone. Ivaroni intercepts that pass heading for Maxwell. And Philadelphia can tie it up, looking for our 9th tie of the ball game with 6:08 remaining, nearly halfway through the 3rd. Andrew Toney watched by Ainge. Big assignment for Danny here. These 2 may be meeting again. Toney, look at the move inside, off the rim, but Andrew Toney left Danny Ainge in the dust.
As he's done to a lot of guys.
Yes, he has.
In a lot of different arenas.
Bird fires it up. And a loose ball foul against Larry Bird, and Ivaroni got hit in the face.
Bent it a little bit.
I hope they see you were saying right at the outset, coaches may say the game may not mean much, but the players have a different opinion, and it's been exactly that kind of a game.
You know, these teams have a healthy respect for each other, but they don't mind beating up on each other at all, as we've seen the first 3 quarters of this game.
So Ivaroni shooting the free throws. Larry Bird missed 3 games this week. We told you he's missed only 8 in 4 years. A bit frustrated maybe in this period. He's 0 for 5 from the field, 2 for 11 for the game. He's got to get ready for Tuesday night. And maybe Atlanta, the way things are going. 5:25 remaining in the 3rd. Lemon Johnson picks up Ainge on the switch. Cheeks on Henderson, who goes up with it. Ivaroni the rebound. So Ivaroni, who did not start, started most of the year at power forward, seeing a lot of action here in the 3rd. 70-69, the Celtics by 1, 5:10 to go, and they're going to call the foul on Danny Ainge.
A guy like that, frustration is never a part of his thinking. When he's out there, he's thinking about, if he's not thinking, how to correct it. And it's a very technical thing. I found that out. I was playing with a guy named Sam Jones, and he was in a slump. And I thought he might have been frustrated. He says, no, I'm just trying to figure out what I got to do to straighten it out.
Philadelphia has its first lead of the game right now since their 5-0 start. And New York maintains a 16-point lead over Chicago. We could be looking at a Knicks-Nets series. Irving with his 4th block shot of this 3rd period. Bobby Jones will come in. Irving goes out. He has played a terrific ball game. Has 20 points. And a few of these.
And a few.
Block shots. Danny Ainge got the bucket on a feed from Larry Bird. Celtics regain the lead. 4:45 remaining in the 3rd period. Celtics' biggest lead was 8. Sixers' biggest lead off the start at 5. Bobby Jones comes in with the jump shot, has 6 points. Franklin Edwards is the only Sixer not to score in this game. Anderson misses. Jones the rebound. For the Celtics, Buckner, Carr, Roby, Whitman, and Bradley have not scored, and most of those haven't played. Sixers by 1. Cheeks and Tony, or Cheeks and Henderson, matched together. And a foul away from the ball.
Now, with the referees, because if the referees lose control of the game, then you'll have fights. Because guys, if the coach is on him for letting other guy gets away with this and this guy gets away with that, and pretty soon they do have fights. But that's when the referees have to take control of the game.
Maxwell goes out of the game with 4 personal fouls, 17 points. He's replaced, as you saw, by Kevin McHale, and Bobby Jones hits the free throw. One of the best free throw shooters on his ball club and in the league for many years, about 80%. And the Sixers up by 3. We have 8 ties and 4 lead changes in this game. We're winding down to 4 minutes remaining in this 3rd period. And a foul against the Celtics. Parrish and Clement Johnson would have none of it. It's either with the officials. Ivaroni with it. Sixers try to match their biggest lead of the game. At the start of the ball game. Inside to Jones. Blocked by Bird, picked off by Parrish. So Bird into the defensive flow. And Ainge to Henderson. Celtics to cut it to 1 if they can. Jones knocks it away. Henderson to Ivaroni. Back and forth it goes. Maurice Cheeks with an end-to-end drive practically is fouled and will go to the
possible. But they're such good athletes that they play good defense, and then when it does break down, they can cover it by blocking shots.
Foul was on Danny Ainge, his 4th. Cheeks is looking for his 10th point of the game. Tony has 13, but Julius Erving on the bench right now has 20 in the ball game for Philadelphia. And right now the Sixers have matched their biggest lead of the game, 77-72, 3.5 to play, 3rd period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell at Boston Garden. Sellout crowd. McHale turnaround. Kevin McHale, 19 now, leading the Celtics. From Minnesota in his 3rd year. Ivaroni getting the ball low against McHale. Baseline shot, air ball. And the Celtics trying to come now within 1. And it's the other way. Philadelphia ball. Shooting situation. Philadelphia has 2 team fouls with 3 minutes remaining. We're in the 3rd period from Boston Garden. Bobby Jones with 10 points coming off the bench. 6 this 3rd period. Surpasses season's average of 9. Kevin McHale with 21 points.
And that was a tough shot because he was moving forward, and to put that soft touch on it to get that kind of bounce.
New York leading Chicago now 45-28. The Knicks in the playoffs. Question is, who will they play? The way it's going, it'll be the Knicks against the Nets in the Metropolitan Area War. Henderson on the air ball, came out of nowhere, and here comes Philadelphia. Tony at the other end. Bangs Buckner, who's in the game for the first time. Quinn Buckner is in the game for the first time, number 28 for Boston. That is the fourth.
Just a little bit.
Tony, watched by Bird. Tony with a quick move to the hoop, finds a wide open Clint Richardson. 5-point lead again, 81-76, less than 2 minutes to play, 3rd period. Larry Bird. Clement Johnson.
2-on-1.
2-on-1. Tony missed the layup. He put the move. Bird tried to juke him. Tony went right by him. but didn't get the points. Buckner controlling, former Indiana star, and Milwaukee Bucks. Inside defense again by Philadelphia. Richardson pulls up over Robert Parrish, and that'll drop for him. And Clint Richardson has 10 points. He has averaged over 7, and we have a timeout of a quickly paced.
Maybe 8 guys maybe work in.
Tiny Archibald back in the ball game. He has scored 4 points. Parrish 9 rebounds this period and 14 for the game. And there's the break to Tony. Parrish running it, and Andrew sees the big guy in front.
And says discretion is a greater part of valor.
1 minute remaining in the third period. Biggest lead of the ball game. Philadelphia has 7 points for them, and the ball inside to Clement Johnson. Rebound to Cale. Good defense by Robert Parrish.
His 5th block shot.
Yes, and 9 rebounds this period. 14 on the shot clock. Bird.
See, he found it.
He usually does sooner or later. 3 of 13 from the field. But don't forget, fourth period is Larry Bird time. 13 on the shot clock, 25 now on the game clock in the third period. Philadelphia by 5.
And Quinn Buckner's got to be thinking, I sure hope we make him pass.
Richardson rims it. And Buckner winds up with the ball. Former football defensive back, Indiana, college ball. Archibald goes to Quinn Buckner. Follow-up baseline off the side. And that'll do it for the third period. We got ourselves a game, and Philadelphia has forged in front 83-78. It's shocking for Moses Malone, and the Sixers will need him definitely.
You know, when you're sitting home injured, which I had that to happen a couple of times, and you watch your team play, and you want them to win, but you'd like for them to miss you a little bit.
I think they miss you, although from Philadelphia, I'm saying, hey, right now we're doing all right without him. Not that they want to go into the playoffs without him. Let's not.
No, they didn't want to do that.
Fire, no. Ivaroni working against McHale inside, and he'll travel. Philadelphia took a 5-0.
He changed his pivot foot a little bit.
Well, that'll count. Philadelphia took a 5-0 lead. There you see a 21-point New York margin over Chicago. Boston behind Maxwell moved up by 8 late in the first period. Philadelphia came back in a nip and tuck affair. We had 8 ties in the second period. Then in the third period, the Celtics shot 30%. Philadelphia got strong inside defense to go up by 5 at the end of the quarter. And the Sixers have the ball now, up by 5. Less than a minute gone by, fourth period. Clint Richardson. Ivaroni stopped away by Buckner and Bird. Bobby Jones on Larry. Foul.
Another outstanding pass by Larry Bird.
Foul. Clint Richardson is first. Parrish misses the first. 5 block shots for Robert Parrish. 16 rebounds. And now Robert Parrish has 11 points. 4-point lead for Philadelphia. Sixers have 65 wins, the second highest in the history of their franchise. Couldn't get the 70 that would have set an all-time league record. They tried awfully hard for it. Andrew Tony cannot really have the outside shot so far. Knee pass to Archibald. Shuffles it to wide open Buckner. And comes the other way, the Sixers. With Richardson off the foot of Bird. No kick called. Tony winding his way around the basket, and he just lost it out of bounds. Boston ball. Scott Wedman, acquired from Cleveland, has not played in this game. Quinn Buckner with a Tiny Archibald imitation, I should say, at the other end. Buckner gets into the scoring column, and the Celtics trail by 2. Tony blocked by McHale out of bounds. 3 block shots for Kevin McHale. Philadelphia ball. We're going to go back in a few minutes to the Scott Richardson into Ivaroni. Called on Ivaroni. 11 block shots for the Boston Celtics. Buckner saved that pass. NBA playoffs on CBS start Friday night. And Larry Bird is starting to get revved up. He has has 9 points. The Celtics have forged into a tie. 9th tie of the ball game, broken quickly by Clint Richardson, who has 12 in the game. And now, Bill Russell, we've got our typical Boston-Philadelphia affair. Buckner.
This one speaks for itself.
10 ties. 9-20. You never know. This is the last game of a regular season when one team has a 10-game lead over the other. Bird behind his back to Buckner. He knew where he was. Archibald penetrates. Don't tell these fans or these players this game doesn't have a meaning. Philadelphia. Under 9 minutes remaining in this fourth period, and Philadelphia trailing by 2, trying to create the 11th deadlock.
You know what's interesting to me, Dick?
Everybody does that.
Is that Philadelphia's playing without Moses Malone, who will probably win the most valuable player in the league.
Right.
And they are playing a great basketball game, and that just shows the dimension and depth of a team where you can take their MVP out of the game, and they're still playing a great game.
Blocked by Ivaroni, who has 5 points, 5 rebounds, and he had a block shot there. He's playing superbly off the bench into Earl Curidan, who goes in with a baseline hook. Ivaroni tries to keep it alive. Bird gets hit, and it's going to be Boston ball. Mark Ivaroni, who used to help teach Ralph Sampson, is a graduate assistant at Virginia with a block shot. We'll have a foul on Philadelphia going in, and Franklin Edwards. Quinn Buckner holds off Archibald. Edwards and Archibald almost went at it, and Quinn Buckner served as peacemaker. And Franklin Edwards is incensed. Both coaches are right in the middle of it. Tiny still wants to get in there, and I'm sure Edwards does too. Other like to say, hey, we
but you notice they do it at a discrete distance.
How many great fights have you ever seen in an NBA? We're tied at 87, 11 deadlocks in the ball game. Larry Bird. That counts for 2, and Bird has 11 points. His shooting percentage is up to 5 for 16. Don't forget next Friday night. Game 2 of a Western mini-series, and Tiny and Edwards going at it, and now they've cooled off a bit.
Well, they got to get back to playing basketball. So you can fight and posture and all that, but when you put the ball in play, you got to get back to playing the game.
Archibald's second foul. That's the first team foul on the Celtics. Philadelphia has 2 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth period. Clint Richardson blocked by McHale. Richardson. This time Bird the rebound. And Tiny, the creator, creates a personal foul. Archibald on the line shooting 2. Earl Curidan with the personal foul. 3 fouls against Philadelphia, 1 against